this is not Burna Boy. I saw the video of Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate.
And I'm like, damn, this is done. It's over. Like, down, we're back to album reviews again. So I think this is more than album reviews, like a review actually. This is artist review, right? So for today's artist review, we're going to be shining the spotlight on Burna Boy, Odogu. We're going to be shining the spotlight on Burna Boy, and we'll be ranking Burna Boy's album from our least favorite to our favorite, and for each of the album we will also mention our favorite song on the album. I will start with my least favorite, and this album is called Redemption. Redemption is my least favorite Burna Boy album, and you probably already know why. It's not too different from the reason that middle album for Wizkid was also my least favorite. I think Redemption just didn't have a lot of very, like, the songs were like, there were maybe one or two songs that I felt like, oh, this is really good. I mean, just to give you a very strong comment, all the albums I had difficulty ranking. I had difficulty picking my favorite songs. Redemption I actually think was not a good album.
Yeah.
But my favorite song from Redemption is Premium. My number 7 is Burna Boy's most recent album. Again, I don't know, I think there's another transition phase or something, but there's something with I Told Them that, for me, it's a good album, no doubt, but it's the worst in a while. There was something about it that just didn't hit right for me. It's a good album, but it's just not the usual Burna Boy exceptional output, especially in recent years. So I put it at number 7. I Told Them actually had a lot of very sweet songs as well. And it was very difficult for me to actually pick which one would I go for as my favorite songs from I Told Them. But my favorite song on it was On Form. My number 6 out of the 8 album is L.I.F.E, Burna Boy's first album. And you know, when I was listening to the whole thing, you know, when we talk about Burna Boy, we used to talk about how he had a lot of really great songs from the past. And, you know, he has always had these very good albums from the beginning as well. My favorite from L.I.F.E is very easy. It's Like to Party. That was the song that hooked me.
Yeah, for sure.
I heard Wombo Lombo, but Like to Party, like the first flow, you know, a lot of people didn't even know the lyrics for a long time. You see my dark shades on like I can see you, but you know, say me fancy you. There's an album here, my number 5 out of the 8. It's an album that came out, so Love Damini. What if I told you now that I did not know that I enjoyed Love Damini so much until I listened to everything again?
I know.
Yeah, and I realized that, wow, Love Damini, this was some Love Damini as well. This is Love Damini as well. You know, that was what was going on in my head listening to it. Love Damini is just crazy. But I was like, picking my favorite song, it had to be Last. You don't cast last. Now everybody go top grade fast. I mean, I was like, all this thing is crazy, but last. There was no way. I cleaned. You know, I use my pen to write it all the time. I have like Jagili, whiskey, cleaning. All right. Last. Anyways, number 4. So we're getting into the end game now. Number 4 for me is Outside. And I know Outside was sort of like a transition album as well. This was when he just moved to the UK. He moved back to the UK, and he did like Heaven's Gate, yo. And for me, Seku Down, I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed Outside from 2018. And I struggled a lot here to pick my favorite song. No, actually, I didn't struggle too much. I picked it very quickly, but I struggled to be able to justify it. Because here was then what made Burna Boy what he was, right? But for me, my favorite song was still the song that the first day that I heard it, I think I dropped everything I was holding, like, nah, this is not Burna Boy. I saw the video of Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate.
And I'm like, damn, this is done. It's over. Like, yeah, Burna Boy is back, you know. And then this album, probably the one that I listened to the most of all Burna Boy's album, came out in, I think it came out in, was it 2015? On a Spaceship. I think On a Spaceship was the finished work of the Burna Boy before the new Burna Boy. And geez, everything on the Spaceship, I can remember it from like Oluwa Burna intro, the realest. This one was very difficult for me because I was listening to everything and I'm like, what am I going to pick? But it's definitely number 3 for me, On a Spaceship. On a Very Good Day with Wandeko was very like close, but I went with the one that I just like, okay, but this is the one that I still listen to and I'm just like, yeah. You can guess. It's just like, you can guess.
On the album?
On a Spaceship, yeah.
Wait, a second. That would be so okay.
My number 2, Twice as Tall, 2020. The one that actually got him the Grammy. If you look at the whole Twice as Tall track list, and I picked Soke for On a Spaceship, you can almost guess what I sort of felt like, okay, this has to be like following the same logic. I went with one other song.
Oh, I think I know.
Which one is it?
You can bank on it. You get in the dead when it's bank on it.
Ah, that was close. That was close.
No.
But I went with it.
23.
Yeah, 23. Yeah. Nǹkan tí mo rí Ọlọ́run sọ. Many listen. Yeah, I went with 23. 23 is my favorite from that album. And number 1, Odogu number 1, African Giant. Oh my goodness. That was the one that should have won the Grammy. Like this is one for me. Burna Boy's best work to date, African Giant. What an album. Here I went for Spiritual. Highly spiritual.
We have a lot of alignment actually. So I'm not going to go to like into the old albums, right? Because I don't have them. So I go to my least favorite, which I was struggling between L.I.F.E and Redemption. You said the exact same thing I was thinking when I was thinking about L.I.F E. I'm like, this is the same Burna Boy we listen to now. Bro, the production, it was so raw. It was so I'm like, this guy is still figuring out here, man. Like, and I can't believe that was the album that we were like all bumping to, but it was different for that era. So I guess I know why we were also bumping it, you know. But now listening back
to compare it to the other 2013 albums,
yeah,
it
they would
was
sound
still
like trash.
ahead of the trash, yeah, ahead of the curve.
So yeah, my favorite song in the album is also the same as yours. It's Like to Party because it was different. It was this new sort of hit song that it's not a typical hit song, and that's what I feel like Burna Boy has done. Right, he finds a way to change this. So this was a back era, man. This was when we were still
that was
big. That's
even
the Afrobeat
was doing
that serious one.
Everyone.
And Burna Boy just came to ease things, to relax things, and we sort of accept that. That's a huge feat, you know.
It changed the game actually.
Yeah, it did.
I think Burna and Wiz changed the game.
Yeah. Because if no, we don't be having commercial hit singles as tracks. Yeah. You know. And the video does that, right? The video will give you 8 singles for days, 365 days of the year, but to then really create like an album.
This was his first. Exactly. This was his first album. Ish.
I think I'm just gonna go to I think this is not a fair ranking though, because I'm just gonna go to my favorite because what is there also. Because I thought we were going to like just talk about like the different albums and just talk about the favorite and the worst, right?
I see.
So
I see. That must have been a
but yeah, On the Spaceship wasn't my favorite also. So I think I'll just mention my favorite song off the album. That's this it's the same as yours. It was okay. And I told you already when I didn't. The worst album now would be Redemption. Because 100% I feel like I don't know what it was trying to communicate. I don't know what Burna Boy era that was. I really feel like everything Burna Boy has given us, you can tell where his mindset is, who Burna
Yep.
Boy was when he dropped that album. But with Primi, it felt rushed. I think, yeah, he was this South Africa era and whatnot, but
There was nothing happening then actually.
it felt
It
like
was just
all the songs that didn't make the cut of all these previous albums. That's what I felt like I was listening to. Like,
yeah, it even felt like they were in a bedroom and they were just like with a mic just doing something. Like it was as I said, every other thing was really good, but this was not a good album.
it
It
wasn't.
wasn't an album.
It wasn't. Exactly. It was also the least tracks on the album was like 7 or 8.
yeah, right.
So I'm like, nah. So at least, I mean, still my favorite album, my favorite song of the album is Primi. I feel like it's a decent song. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
The
decent song.
only decent song from the album. It's not even a case of merging singles and other stuff. If those were singles, they were trash too. I'm sorry, man, yeah, bro.
The album was
The
just
only decent
off.
song on the album. It was off.
My initial favorite album was supposed to be Outside.
Okay.
But then I didn't listen to African Giant, and I heard when you were like talking, I'm like, nah, I can't pick Outside. Bro. So I changed my mind. So my new favorite is African Giant because you said he won Grammy for Twice as Tall.
Yeah.
That's
He
mental,
got
man.
nominated for Africa Giant and then he lost it, right? And then he did Twice as Tall.
Yeah, he
Went
lost
with
it.
Angelique Kidjo and then yeah.
Because bro, that
African
album,
Giant was
ah,
That was the album. That was the album, you know.
yeah, but I mean, I also wanted to talk about how I feel about Outside because for me, Outside felt so divine. That's the word I would use. It's not an album anyone can make. Like, I was listening to it, I'm like, Burna Boy did this. No other person can do this. You know, Afrobeat has this, you can sort of listen to this guy and do it. But talking about rock your body, yeah, settle down. There's something that was just unique.